Ron Atkinson, certainly looking relaxed enough there, says this weekend will either be the best of the season or the worst for many a long year. And it's Liverpool, all in yellow, who get us underway on this raw and blustery afternoon here on Merseyside. A wind that will only serve, I imagine, to twist the nerves of both sides a little tighter. So often in these semi-finals, it is the side that settles down first that has most satisfaction in the afternoon. Liverpool in a change strip of yellow, Manchester United in their traditional red. Taken by Kenny Dalglish, floated in there, and behind for the goal kick. Although Liverpool claimed the corner, and indeed the referee, after looking at the linesman, says yes, a corner it is. Dalglish with it. Back in such sparkling form. A driven corner and a curious one as well, although it'll come to Hansen, who can turn it back once more. Gitman's header, or rather clearance, not getting very far, but here's Strachan. Well, he held onto it far too long and wrestled Sammy Lee to the floor. The referee played a good advantage there in point of fact with Liverpool in possession. Here's Phil Neal. Phil Neal has had some 10 seasons and more at Anfield, but has never been on a cup-winning side for them at Wembley. And Robson's kick goes behind for the goal kick. Scrobler then with the goal kick for Liverpool. Well, Grobbelaar, that'll give you some idea of how the conditions have become quite fierce and the wind blowing hard. His kick hardly reached the centre line. McGrath nicely in control there, under a bit of pressure from Rush. He and Hogg really forming a good partnership at the back for Manchester United. The players clearly are upset by this wind. And it's really gained in strength over the last hour. Whiteside, good pass there from Olsen, and the linesman's flag is up. Whiteside going on, oblivious to it all, but the flag was up. Another free kick to Liverpool. Hogg. Games between these two clubs traditionally always so very tight and well contested. United, no doubt, feeling psychologically their victory at Anfield a fortnight ago would be a good thing. As Ron Atkinson says, it certainly won't discourage us, but they realise that it's a totally new ball game today. And to be honest with you, in these blustery conditions, it can't be good for goalkeeping, and nobody knows that better than Bruce Grobbelaar. A man he used to play against when they were both youngsters in South Africa, Gary Bailey. Here's Goodman. Finding Stableton with a good ball. And a corner. Well, Goodman knows the area well. He had some 64 games for Everton earlier in his career. It was a fine ball that found Stapleton and provides them with this corner now. Olsen crossing in there. It was Whelan's header that didn't make a lot of ground. And Dalglish in the end hooking it away to Sammy Lee. And Liverpool really attacking the ball there and there with Kenny Dalglish getting in so quickly. Lee also. And Whelan. But in the end, United calmly getting out here, this time to Olsen. Strong challenge by Hansen. Good work by Dalglish. Lee playing it forward for Dalglish, trying to get it on once again for Rush, and Albiston hooking it away just when Liverpool started to look dangerous. Devlin. And it'll be a throw to Liverpool. So they wait for the return of the ball. And Jim Beglin will take the throw. Getting there before Dalglish, but McDonald then beat him to it. Gidman. Hughes. Finding Strachan, who's having a lively spell. And his ball encouraging Stapleton to make the break, but Hansen was quicker. It might be a long throw for Manchester United. Grobbelaar went for it, lost it, and a chance there. Oh, and what a chance missed there by Whiteside. He couldn't have realised what an open possibility that was. From the moment Grobbelaar went for that ball there and lost it, and it came there, and the goal now is empty, apart from Walk, but the chance was a golden one for Manchester United, and lost for them by Norman Whiteside. It's a long clearance. Whiteside might get behind this one, claims the corner, gets it off Phil Neal. So whereas Bruce Grobbelaar can hardly reach the halfway line with his clearances, with the wind against him, that massive clearance by Bailey suddenly put United into a good position. Again, you can see the nets spilling out through this wind as Strachan puts one in there. Grobbelaar went for it and missed it. And lost it a second time as well. And it's another corner. Grobbelaar claiming that he was fouled. But Liverpool let off the hook twice. And this, with only 24 minutes of the game gone, is the 6th corner for Manchester United. Treacherous conditions for a goalkeeper. And more problems possibly there. And he couldn't quite get to that one, but he got above Hogg enough to make his presence felt. Gidman turning it back again. Stapleton's header. Here's Strachan, finding Whiteside, finding Strachan, and stopped by Hansen for corner number 7. And the United fans getting behind their team now. As Olsen prepares to put more pressure on this Liverpool defence. Curling it in there, helped by the breeze. Grobbelaar. Oh, and he lost it again, and Strachan trying to return it. It comes off Dalglish. McDonald eventually getting it away. Dalglish looking for Rush. Orbiston getting it back safely. We're in time added on. There can't be much of it. Be much time as George Courtney looks at his watch, but he will add on. He's checked with both linesmen. Whelan. Rush. He's hardly had a say in the first half. So well has he been marked. Oh, a mistake there by Hansen. Can Hughes get in? Not enough support for him. Maybe he won't need it. Into the side netting. Well, it's a rare mistake by Mr. Consistency, Alan Hansen, but it lets Hughes in. Sadly for him, there wasn't enough support. He tried his luck, and it ends up a goal kick. And that brings to the end a first half, which, as we all expected it would be, is tight and competitive. And neither goalkeeper really, neither Bruce Grobbelaar nor Gary Bailey, really with a serious shot to save. But plenty of pressure, plenty of tension, and the prize, of course, is such a big one. The half-time score here at Goodison Park is Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. So Manchester United get the second half underway. They now attack the goal to our left. The wind is as high almost as it was in the first half. Certainly a massive crowd here today. 51,690. Hansen struggling to get back there, and it's a throw to Manchester United. Gidman with the throw. Hansen's header. It's Strachan. Oh, Hughes. Straight at Grobbelaar. Sprightly start there for Manchester United. But the angle really was a little too tight, I think, to trouble Grobbelaar too much. Strachan. Hughes. It's Gidman. And a goal kick. I would have thought Manchester United must have been fairly satisfied with the way their team had played in the first half. They certainly had the better of it territorially. Olsen quickly in, but losing out again as Neil looks for Rush. Goes forward, hopefully for the return ball. Again, Olsen trying to nick something away there, and in the end, it's the more aggressive Robson that gets it clear. But here in Liverpool again, with MacDonald. Ulverston finding Robson. Now Arthur Ulverston. Robson offside. We've not as yet seen any of his fabulous breaks from the midfield. His work has been a steadying job for Manchester United, but it was one of them. Sadly for him and his team, he was offside. MacDonald. Walk trying to get in behind them. Bailey there first. Lawrenson. Oh, it's not often that Lawrenson makes that sort of mistake. And now Strachan is through. And Grobbelaar there saves twice. He wasn't too sure about the second one, but a mistake by Lawrenson was very nearly punished there by the little Scot. And United aren't done yet, as Hughes crosses it deep this time towards Whiteside. And it might come for Olsen. Just wide. The chances were there for Manchester United, and mostly they were of Liverpool's making. Well, Grobbelaar didn't get to it, and it came out to little Jesper Olsen, and he scuffed at it really, and it went wide, to the vast relief of Bruce Grobbelaar and his team. Went over Beglin's head. Might come for Hughes! Brilliant save by Grobbelaar. Lightning reactions there from the Liverpool keeper. And all coming from a throw. And Beglin couldn't make a contact. Hughes turning Hansen well. And there's his shot, and a fine reaction save. Well, it's a corner then for Manchester United, which the little Dane Jesper Olsen will take. 12 minutes into the second half. Stapleton's backward header. Hansen's missed kick, but he got it at the second go. Orbiston turning it back. Whelan coming out quickly. McGrath looking comfortable and assured. Back to Bailey. Lee. Good play again by Hogg. Olsen. Orbiston. Lawrenson. It's such a battle to find an opening here. Maybe Rush can now. Well, he's brought down and it's a free kick. Might be a little dipper from Kenny Dalglish. George Courtney getting the wall back 10 yards, which might give him a little more leverage. He's curled it just wide. Oh, there was a moment for Bailey to worry about there, but here's Whelan. Now Lee again. Dalglish, it'll come for Robson. A careful header for Stapleton. Strachan outside him. More as a decoy. Stapleton going on. Played back towards Olsen and then Orbiston, and that came off Phil Neal. That could have caused a problem or two. Corner given. The signal for Graham Hogg to go forward. Strachan will take this corner. Coming up to 25 minutes of the second half. And Robson! Through a whole crowd of players, the England and United captain has at last found a way through. It might well have taken a deflection along the way, flicked on well there in the first place, and Robson meeting it, and in fact, it glanced off Hughes, but Robson, I think, will be the man who claims it. So, from another angle, a nice little flick on there by Hogg, and Robson hitting the ball against Hughes and into the back of the net. Hansen with the header. And an offside. Well, it was certainly a blistering shot by Brian Robson, but equally it was a wicked deflection off Mark Hughes. But it's 1-0 to United. Lawrenson. Neal getting it back. MacDonald playing it on. What a fine game McGrath's had. Whiteside battling on. Oh, Beglin in first. For Kenny Dalglish, MacDonald, Walsh, and again it came off McGrath. And more yellow shirts are up there now as Liverpool really push everything forward in these last few minutes, and Robson gets it away. Grobbelaar outside his penalty area. Lawrenson. McGrath once again. Beglin with the cross. Hogg up above Rush. Lee now. Whelan. Whelan again. A brilliant goal by Ronnie Whelan. They are going mad. And at the other end of the field, Bruce Grobbelaar was punching the air, and no wonder, as Lee plays it in. A lovely little touch, and Whelan curling the ball. What a fantastic goal that was. Ronnie Whelan, and 1-1 with about 3 minutes left. So we could well be on our way to extra time, unless there is something totally dramatic now in the 3 minutes that remain. What an astonishing goal by Ronnie Whelan. Absolutely inch perfect, beyond the sprawling reach of Gary Bailey. And you could hardly have got it better between the crossbar and the post. McGrath. Well, just proving again that you never write off Liverpool. Especially when there's a man like Ronnie Whelan around with a shot like that. Referee looking at his watch. We've had 45 minutes. He's checking with both linesmen. The whistle's gone for the end of 90 minutes. And we get 30 minutes now of extra time. So Liverpool then start this period of extra time. They now attack the goal to our left. Here. Dalglish. Now, who can last the better? Remember, Liverpool had such a tough European game on Wednesday night. Manchester United played the previous night at Sheffield, so they both had midweek games. Dalglish. So often psychologically the pendulum continues to swing with a side that's just pulled themselves out of a hole. Now the Liverpool fans, they never give up. Lawrence backing off just for a moment. On this right-hand side is Strachan. And Grobbelaar has stopped him. Good work by Grobbelaar, but it's not over yet. Well, it was amazing how much space Liverpool allowed little Strachan on that far side of the penalty area from where the move was developing. Good work by Grobbelaar, though. Now Rush. Smashed it across the face of the goal, and in fact, quite right, the deflection came off a United defender, and for a Liverpool corner. The first real, rather menacing flash we've seen from Ian Rush in the whole game. Walsh. And taken by Bailey. Good shot on the turn there by Walsh. Right side. Stopped easily that time by Phil Neal. Whelan. Touch for Rush. Back again for Dalglish. Oh, he damaged Strachan well there. That came off Strachan's hand, but again it wasn't intentional. And the little Scot finds Frank Stapleton as United comes springing forward now. Hughes has made a dart towards the near post. Here's Mark Hughes, Lawrenson with him. Stapleton again. Olsen's in a bit of space on the far side. A deflection and a goal! United back in the lead. And although it was a deflection off a defender, Stapleton will claim it. There's Stapleton. Play through for Hughes. Hughes gets it back to him again. And he's got time to steady himself. And although Grobbelaar dived, the deflection was enough to beat him. And Manchester United are back in the lead. This is really developing into a cup tie now. Dalglish, good turn. He couldn't get the better of Whiteside. He couldn't get the better of Olsen. And look at the space now for Stapleton. 2 against 2 as Stapleton and Hughes take on Beglin and Hansen. And Stapleton aiming to go all the way. And turns it back for Whiteside coming up fast. It's Grobbelaar's ball. Well, they don't give up hope, and They'll be wanting something from these men in yellow in the next 17 minutes. Just coming to the end of the first period of extra time. Lawrenson, as the whistle goes. I don't think George Courtney will allow the managers to come on, although Ron Atkinson's on. I think normally you turn straight round and get on with it. Joe Fagan deciding that the players know what's wanted of them. We get this final period of extra time underway. Leading, remember, by 2 goals to 1. Strachan. Now, what awaits us in this remaining 15 minutes? Robson. Quick on the break, but not so good with the finish. Stapleton, Beglin, comes for Lee, played in towards Dalglish. This could be interesting. Back again for Walsh, just to clear that United crossbar. And that's why you don't write off Liverpool. Dalglish at the centre of it all. And once Hogg had nailed it back there and Walsh was coming in quickly, as you can see, there wasn't much to spare. Olsen just nicking it away from him, and suddenly United have got a few forward, including Hughes. Stapleton waiting patiently in the middle. Strachan's up in support. Olsen's coming up quickly. This is towards Frank Stapleton. Not it for Strachan. And now for Robson to hit it again. Goal kick. United fans again reluctant to release the ball. And you may defend, they're giving Bruce Grobbelaar a few of the verbals. Oh, poor kick that. And Stapleton's on his way. It could be safe now, but Grobbelaar saved it. Well, he was entitled to do that after making that terrible clearance. McDonald, the chase is on. Lawrenson manfully after it and headed away that time by Bailey. Here's Walsh, trying to get something on the turn. He might come for Rush. Can he do it yet? No, it was blocked. But probably by 2 United defenders, Orbiston and Hogg. Even at this late stage in the afternoon, they know they dare not take their eyes off Ian Rush for more than a second. Goodman driving it. Whelan heading it away to Walsh. Now getting Dalglish. Here's Lawrenson. Whiteside's with him, but he's shaken him off. And Liverpool get a corner. This really has been a cup tie on the knife edges. Dalglish floats it in, Stapleton away, Beglin back in, Hogg away this time. Lee glancing it sideways for Neil, floated in there once more towards the tall Hanson, but this time the whistle's gone. And McDonald belts it forward and the flag is up for an offside. The referee hasn't spotted it and the flag has come down. Dalglish. The cross comes in towards Rush. And Walsh. And they've equalised again. But what United will say is the linesman had his flag up and the referee didn't spot it. And the flag went down as the referee allowed the game to go on. United will feel aggrieved, but Liverpool are delighted. Dalglish played it in, and although it was Rush's header in the end, it's Walsh who finally forces it over the line. There's Dalglish's cross, Rush at last showing true Rush form. A great leap by Bailey. He couldn't hold it out. And Walsh, who shepherds it over the line. 2-2. What an astonishing semi-final this has been. Twice Manchester United have been planning their trip to Wembley, and twice Liverpool dramatically have said, hold on a second. Well, we've had 30 seconds of time added on. Referee looking at his watch, put it to his ear to make sure it was still going. And this dramatic semi-final is over at last, except that they have to meet again at Main Road, Manchester on Wednesday night. What an amazing finale. At the end of 90 minutes, when United thought they were there, and Whelan popped up with his magical goal. Again in extra time when United thought they were there, and this time Rush and Walsh between them provided the saviour again for Liverpool. Such drama, and it's all to be repeated again on Wednesday night. Let's join Elton Wellesby. So here we go again with Liverpool tonight in an all-red strip, and it's United who changed to a white strip tonight with black shorts. Liverpool attacking the goal to our left. What on earth will the next 90 minutes or so hold for us? It's a magnificent atmosphere here once again for this semi-final. Stapleton, Orbiston, Hughes. And Manchester United, certainly in the opening 5 minutes, have hardly forced their way out of their own half. And here comes Beglin again for Liverpool. Played inside nicely that time for Warp. Played back again for MacDonald. Beglin once more. Whelan, who scored that dramatic goal at Goodison Park. But that causes Bailey no trouble at all. Olsen. Orbiston just kept in play. It was a frantic and fearsome pace on Saturday, and it looks as though it'll be just as unrelenting tonight as Manchester United take it up. Robson looking for the break, and Olsen is offside. MacDonald, Olsen. Ball played through for Hughes, he's onside. But there was Lawrenson again. Robson, Whiteside bursting on the scene. Kidman, former Liverpool apprentice. Strachan. Whiteside, it just fell for him. Robson. Now that's an interesting ball for Olsen. Well, they were howling, the Man United fans, for a penalty there after the clash between Neil and Olsen. Referee Keith Hackett right on the spot, as you saw, spread his arms wide and said no penalty, claiming that Olsen dived, and I think the pictures indicate the referee was right. Whelan's header. Hogg allowed it to bounce. Hanson's header. Nicol. MacDonald. Dalglish nicely into the path of Kevin MacDonald. Going all the way. A good raking shot. It had Bailey in a bit of trouble. MacDonald, who's never scored for Liverpool since he arrived from Leicester. But what a good raking drive that was. One surely to test a keeper and his nerve on a night like this. It opened up for him, and he really caught it well, moving a bit in the air, and Bailey was happy to scramble it away. Kidman. Strachan. Hanson's header, finding MacDonald. Orbiston. Jesper Olsen. Orbiston away on the left touchline. Oh, that's a foul by MacDonald. A free kick to Manchester United. Olsen really beginning to look in the mood tonight as well. He certainly had his moments, both in attack and defence, at Goodison Park. And now the foul on him produces the free kick for Brian Robson. Floated there towards Stapleton, but Grobbelaar, a safe gather. And Goodman in the end gets it away, but there was some good play by Hogg before that. Feet of Hughes looked a little high there. The referee, in fact, had a word with him as the game went on. Walk getting in, and Bailey coming out in the nick of time. There's clearly a greater urgency about Liverpool tonight, though, both in their general play and certainly in their tackling. As Goodman takes the free kick. Floated deep towards the far post. His handling lost it, and kicked off the line. And Grobbelaar, well, he was lucky there. He's furious too, but he was saved from total embarrassment by Phil Neal. A real chance there for Manchester United, for Frank Stapleton, after Grobbelaar had failed to gather it. It fell for Frank Stapleton, and there's Phil Neal on the line to get it away. What an amazing moment that was, and certainly Bruce had his moments like that on Saturday. And Phil Neal to the rescue. Orbiston across towards Stapleton. Hanson up. It might come for Strachan, and he might look to put Gitman in. Strachan, a little touch by Whiteside that very nearly came off. Well, you would think that terrible fumble would upset Bruce Grobbelaar, but he doesn't seem to be that sort of fellow. Now Walsh. Well, he tried to get Walk in, and the game is really beginning to open up now. Still 0-0, just over 25 minutes gone. And it looks like another night of good value for this big crowd at Main Road. Stapleton, foul on him. It's another free kick for Manchester United. And it's going to be Hogg with that free kick. Whiteside getting a header in, and Whiteside stopped at the last by Hanson. But for a moment, an opening was there, fractionally, for Manchester United again. Whiteside with a good header down. And he suddenly thought he might squeeze something in at the angle there, but it's a goal kick. Exactly half an hour gone, still no score in this semi-final replay. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. But wait a moment, Walsh is there. Oh, and it might go anywhere. Walsh trying to get somewhere then, and somehow, and they couldn't tell you how they did it, but United got it away. Neal, the pressure on them at the moment. Walsh, it's not away yet, but now it is, thanks to Graham Hogg. Strachan. Strachan again, a deep one towards Robson, who's lurked up on the far side. Hughes looking to turn, but Liverpool get it away, and suddenly Dalglish is up with Walsh, and United are struggling to get back. Nicol, Neal, 2, 4, 6, 7 red shirts are up now. Here's Walsh. Nicol crossing it in. Whelan with a chance of turning it back. Finds Beglin. And now MacDonald changing the attack, the direction of it. Hogg getting up, Dalglish wanting to get in, and Gitman in the end happy to put it behind. Another free kick as Walsh is dumped to the ground. And they're calling on The trainer, Ronnie Moran. Challenge, I think, by Norman Whiteside. And that was a dreadful challenge by Norman Whiteside. Walsh battling away. Well, he took it on to Walk, and now Nicol. A little cross is required. Walk is there, and they've scored. Liverpool have scored. Well, Walk leapt for it. It may, in fact, have come off a defender. It's another of those iffy goals as we look at it. Great play here by Steve Nicol. A great jump by Walk, and it may well have come off McGrath. The cross is in. And it looks as though it's an own goal by Paul McGrath. At any rate, it's Liverpool in the lead with around 5 minutes to go to half-time. Well, he was challenging Walk in the air, and it was a prodigious leap by Walk, but his was higher, and it was his that made the contact. Well, you can't hear yourself think for the moment for cries of Liverpool. And Walk trying to get through for Nicol. Oh, just wide, and that might have killed it off. And that was a marvellous chance by Steve Nicol. And you've got a reaction from Bruce Grobbelaar at the other end. And United faltering just for a moment as Walk again from a midfield position coming into a front-running position. The chance was there for Nicol, and he missed it. It's Manchester United's. We're now playing time added on. 4 injuries at the end of the first half, and some pulsating stuff we've had. Robson finding Gidman, trying to sweep wide of Beglin, but the young Irishman was doing well there for Liverpool. Foul by Dalglish on Whiteside, leaving Whiteside in a heap, and it could be a booking for Kenny Dalglish. A thump in the back of Norman Whiteside, who earlier, he said, had clattered into Paul Walsh. There's a half-time whistle. Well, Bruce Grobbelaar's had his 1 or 2 worrying moments, but Liverpool go in at half-time. The own goal by Paul McGrath after that great jump by Walk, and a lovely centre by Steve Nicol on the right there. Though Nicol missed a glorious chance just after it. It seems that we're doomed in this semi-final not to have clear-cut goals. I think that clearly goes down to an own goal by Paul McGrath. Half-time then here at Main Road. It's Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0. Welcome back then as Manchester United get the second half underway. Liverpool leading by 1-0. Dalglish quickly back to his keeper, Bruce Grobbelaar. Robson, and Robson again getting it back from Stapleton. He's on his way. Can he find the shot? Brilliant goal! Brian Robson makes a superb equaliser for Manchester United. That gets them off their feet. Ron Atkinson, the United manager, can't contain himself, and I little wonder Bruce Grobbelaar didn't smell it. It was a tremendous goal by Robson. Timing his run well, pursued by men in red. Grobbelaar coming out to the edge of the 6-yard area. And what a shot. May just have got his fingertips to it, but no more. So Robson, who appeared to score on Saturday, but then gave the goal away to Hughes, makes no mistake with that one, and United are firmly back in the hunt. What a remarkable goal it was, his 12th of the season, and never one more important than that. Olsen. Kidman. Well, it was quite clear after their performance in the first half, they really had to step up a gear, and they've done that as Strachan. And has he given a pen? No, he hasn't. United fans thought for a moment that the referee was pointing to the spot for the challenge on Strachan, but in the end, he said, no, it's a goal kick. Well, Brian Robson, there are the bald facts. Hughes. A foul surely by Whiteside. And Nicol was, I think, justifiably aggrieved, because Whiteside's one aim was to take him out of the play. What a night for them. Well, there's only one Brian Robson, say the United fans. I think anyone watching that goal would say, you can say that again. And there's Robson in action again. But Liverpool come away with MacDonald trying to get Walk in. Oh, and headed there by Hogg. And there could almost have been a second own goal. Bailey forced to turn it behind for the Liverpool corner. And Robson getting back. It was Hogg's misplaced header. And it's Kenny Dalglish with the corner for Liverpool. Hit in low this time. Stapleton scooping it away. Hughes chased and then finally floored by MacDonald. Free kick to Manchester United. There's Neil. A real battle of nerves as well as skill now. And Dalglish, who's got more skill than most, getting it back from Steve Nicol. Can Dalglish finish it off? Well, it wasn't a bad shot. And Bailey was grateful for the opportunity of falling on it. Dalglish. And quite easy for Bailey. Here's Nicol. Neil. Liverpool forcing themselves back into the United half again. Oh, and it might come for Walk. Wasn't much despair there for Manchester United. One or two moments where they've looked a little unsure, actually, at the centre of the defence tonight. Dalglish is after it. Will there be a mistake here, or will Dalglish force one? Oh, it nearly looked as though it was going to come for Whelan. Nicol. Neil. That'll fall for Olsen. That's given to Walk. MacDonald playing it into Walsh. You can see the battle he's having with McGrath. And in the end, United get it away to Strachan. Lovely skill. Oh, and a ball that's through, and he's onside, Hughes! And it's there! Liverpool looking hard at the linesman. They felt he was offside. And I must say, there looked a suspicion of it to me. But the flag stayed down, and United are in the lead. Mark Hughes, the scorer. Put through by Strachan after a really brilliant run. Liverpool looking at the linesman, and Hughes, again Grobbelaar got the touch. Hogg now. Can Liverpool come back as they did on Saturday? Whiteside gets it back to Bailey. Back by Hogg. Now Bailey wanting protection, wanting men to be marked up. Though goodness knows how he makes anybody hear in this noise. Neil with the free kick. And Gidman putting it behind for the corner. Gary Bailey desperately organising men around him. Liverpool piling men in as Dalglish takes another corner. It was Stapleton doing some useful work at the near post there. Dalglish turning it in again, just as he did in the last moments. And that time Bailey came to it and got the punch in, and a good save from McDonald. He still hasn't scored for his new club, Liverpool. But with a scorching drive in the first half, and now this lob here, after Bailey had made a good punch away, as we just wait for the corner. And Bailey pushing that one away. As they say, you never write off Liverpool. 2-1 down, time enough yet to pull this one round. But Bailey with a good save catch. Will get there? No, but it's a corner. Off Graham Hogg. It's already taken. It's with Nicol looking to get to the byline again, but Robson's the man there this time. And Robson could not prevent the ball going over for another corner. So I think he's prepared to dispute the point. Bailey is much more worried about what might be coming his way now as Kenny Dalglish takes another corner for Liverpool. Flicked in, and in the end, well, Albiston didn't really get a touch to it. Lawrenson's right in there. Dalglish might get the opportunity of crossing it in again. Well, he's got a corner. So there's a little bit of pressure on Manchester United now, defending this priceless lead. It's with Neil. And now with Dalglish. The cross deflected. McDonald trying to get it in there. Lawrenson's in there. And it caught Bailey and went behind. That certainly had to be a corner, surely. But a goal kick's been given. Still they're warming up Mike Duxbury. A deflection again. Grobbelaar tried to stop it going for the corner. Hughes turning it back once more. Stapleton's in there. That was a good catch by Grobbelaar. Under a lot of pressure, both from Whiteside and from Stapleton. Well, I think the crowd of close on 50,000 here have hardly dared take their eyes off the action for a moment. Albiston with the free kick for Manchester United. Lawrenson up well. And Whiteside shot well wide of the target. A free kick to Liverpool. Well, a look of great disappointment there on the face of Kenny Dalglish, and the sweat on his face really tells you that he's given just about everything he had to give. Gillespie, McGrath there, will come for Whelan. Lifted in again towards Walk, and Bailey there a fraction before Nicol. They were getting up in their thousands from behind that goal, off their seats, thinking that Nicol might just get there, but Bailey knew better. And the challenge by Beglin on Strachan, unfair. And treatment then for Gordon Strachan with 5 minutes of this game remaining. I can assure you of one thing, in the light of what happened at Goodison Park on Saturday, there won't be many people in this huge crowd that leave before the final whistle tonight. 1 or 2, but not many. Jim Beglin, number 3, going in on Gordon Strachan there. Looks as though, in fact, he got a clout in the face, Strachan. And, well, you don't need me to tell you which team they support. There's about 2 minutes left, plus the time that Keith Hackett will add on. If United survive that, they go to Wembley to face Everton. But there might be something left yet in Liverpool, though they have to go back and take this free kick. Robillard will be urged to thump it up. Olsen. Hughes is after it. And rushes off the bench. And MacDonald's being called to the referee. Olsen going for it, and there's MacDonald going in. Oh, my word. No wonder the United players were incensed. A free kick to Manchester United. And Liverpool's bench, I think, for all the amazing twists there have been in these games so far, must know it is just about all up. Ormiston with the free kick. Robson. Olsen. They're after Olsen again. And Whiteside clattered the ball into the crowd. The referee looking at the watch, I think probably more to indicate that he's adding time on. That's a desperate Liverpool bench at the moment. It's a desperate situation for Liverpool. A multitude of whistling from Manchester United fans. They want this game over with now. Liverpool's throw. Well, here come Liverpool again with Walsh. But that time McGrath is there, and the free kick is given. We're in time added on at the end of 90 minutes. The last throw coming up from Liverpool. Can they yet save this epic semi-final? Beglin chipping it in. The flick quite comfortably into Gary Bailey's hands from Paul Walsh. And United, I think, Ron Atkinson sensing, in spite of all that urgency to get out, that it's just about all over. Another look at the referee's watch. Those brilliant strikes by Robson and Hughes in the second half look as though they've taken Manchester United to Wembley again. Ron Atkinson indicating that time is up, though the referee might have something to say about that. Again, a look at the watch. Manchester United go to Wembley. They've beaten Liverpool by 2-1 after another brilliant semi-final. And after being a goal down with an own goal by Paul McGrath, those magnificent strikes, particularly by Robson and then by Hughes, takes them back to Wembley again. Denies Liverpool the chance of a European Cup and an FA Cup double. Gives United consolation for going out of the UEFA Cup on penalties. When you go back to 1921, since Liverpool last beat Manchester United in the Cup, Brian Robson with that brilliant goal early in the second half has made sure that United jinx on Liverpool stays in place.
Brian, a marvellous moment for you.
Yeah, it is, Alton, because, I mean, really, Liverpool are the team to beat. They've done it for years and years. And they never give you a minute's peace when you're playing against them. So it's a great result for the boys.
Now, what was said at half-time when you were 1-0 down?
Really, we were just reminding ourselves when we come back against Arsenal. We said we'd done it once in the semi-final, and there's no reason why we couldn't do it again.
And that was quite a timely goal that you scored, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely to see going, because it was funny, I was just saying, since I come back from injury, my shooting hasn't been very good at all. So it was lovely to see that one flying.
Any doubts after Mark Hughes had put you 2-1 in front that Liverpool might come back yet again?
Yeah, there was doubts, since they've done it twice. They say that sometimes comes in threes. Thankfully it didn't.
And what about the marvellous scenes at the end? That must have warmed every Manchester United player and supporter.
Yeah, well, they're great supporters. I mean, they've turned out in fantastic numbers again tonight. And they stick by the team, whether we're winning or whether we're losing. So they're great fans.
I know emotions are running very high at the moment, but have you time just to think about the FA Cup final against Everton and what sort of match that will be?
No, not really. It's a long way off, and we've got a few league games to go before that. We've got to make sure that if we don't win the championship, we qualify for Europe.
1 or 2 celebrations tonight?
I think so.
You deserve them. Well done, Brian.
Thanks very much, Alton.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Whatever you achieve in the game, I would have thought this for the managers must be the greatest moments, wearing black armbands, as you can see, in respect and memory of those who died at Bradford a week ago this afternoon. What a welcome! Right, let's have the teams then and take a check on both of them. Everton first of all with Neville Southall, who else in goal? Got a strong back four. It's the side, in fact, that won the Cup Winners' Cup. Ratcliffe, Mountfield, Stevens and Van der Houw, who's playing his first game at Wembley. In the midfield, well, Stephen and Sheedy are there as midfielders, but they'll go flying up the wing. Reid and Bracewell so strong in the middle of it all. And up front, of course, what a combination. Sharp with so many goals this season, 30, Andy Gray with 14. Manchester United, Gary Bailey in goal for them. Referee, in fact, on the centre spot. Gary Bailey then in goal. Let's take this Manchester United team now, and they're back four. McGrath and Moran. No place for Graham Hogg, who was injured. It's tough for him, one of these quality players who can't get in. And in the midfield, no doubt that Robson and Whiteside will have so much influence. Strachan and Olsen will be doing the roaring down the wings. So it's Everton then who will kick off in an all-blue strip today. Manchester United in red shirts and white shorts. The team that are seeking this incredible treble are underway again. Both sides playing their 60th game of the season, when they're both mentally and physically pretty tired, needing to put in one big effort in front of this mammoth crowd here at Wembley today. It's a free kick straight away to Manchester United. The foul there by Graham Sharp. Short to Strachan, played in quickly for Mark Hughes. That's Andy Gray giving the first touch to Neville Southall. Slightly eccentric character. He doesn't drive, he cycles to work. He keeps that one old jersey which he takes home and gets washed. Won't allow the club laundry to do it for him. This is Whiteside. Jesper Olsen. And an offside, surely. Yes, against Mark Hughes. Just a little bit of jockeying for position, really, in these opening moments, Ian. Kevin Moran here. It's incredible, really, when you think of the injuries that he's had over the years, and it's because of an injury to young Graham Hogg that Kevin has now found his way back into a cup final side. It's one of the little ironies of the game as Moran now takes his free kick. Flicked on by Stapleton. Whiteside trying to get in there, and corner given, and Southall is in trouble in the clash with Whiteside as Whiteside went for that high bouncing ball. Ratcliffe's long free kick towards Andy Gray, flinging himself at that. It'll fall for Trevor Stephen, who's got Graham Sharp in the middle. Gary Stevens now comes for Trevor Stephen, jinking and bobbing and weaving, gets it back to his full-back Stevens. One for Gary Bailey to catch.
As it happens, it's a nice little ball to get that, Brian, you know, one where nobody's come in to challenge you, and you can go out there, reach up, pick it out the air, and gives you a load of confidence that early in the game.
Kidman, Stapleton, just in play, forcing it through to little Strachan. Now for Brian Robson. Will he drive it from a long way out? Not with the venom that we saw in that semi-final against Liverpool. Everton with 7 appearances, they've won 3, Manchester United have won 5. Robson, Strachan. Oh, Whiteside's pass nearly falling for Gray. Jesper Olsen. Oh, very well watched by Gary Stevens, and a fine ball if he can get to Sharp, but McGrath was quick to spot the possibilities that were there for a moment for Everton, and then gets a goal kick. But some very good defending by Gary Stevens of Everton. Gary Stevens with Everton's throw. Little long one searching into that Man United box. Oh, just wide from Peter Reid. He's only got 4 goals this season and none of them in the cup. And after Bailey had come and hadn't punched it very far, Reid was there. And what an escape for United. Everton's first corner, first of the game. Trevor Stephen towards the near post. Again, Gray flinging himself at it and Sheed his left foot, giving Bailey the chance to catch.
Well, Gary Bailey actually must have been told before the game, I think, to come for the long throw-ins from Stephen. And he came for that one, really only scratched at it, Brian, and very lucky Man United to get away with that one.
Well, here's Reid again, the man who really was unlucky. And it might fall for him. It has. Kidman's after him. And Kidman's in. What a tough little character Peter Reid is. Moran. Ratcliffe readjusting well, got his header in but didn't get much ground on it. Kidman curling it in, a good one. Oh, for a moment Southall hesitated, he came and he hesitated, and either Hughes or Stapleton could have got a little touch there. Splendid work though by Kidman, and an escape for Everton. Moran towards Stapleton, nodded in nicely. Can Hughes get in? But the whistle must have gone. Ron Atkinson with Mick Brown on the left. And Reid, Stevens, cut out there by Whiteside, finding Jesper Olsen, bringing Albiston nicely into it. Here come United again. Played in beautifully for Mark Hughes. The flag stays down. And tremendous work by Peter Reid. United looked really dangerous there because after Hughes had made his run, Whiteside and Stapleton had made a tremendous burst into that Everton penalty area. Trying to get it through to Bracewell. And then, of course, making his England debut, Gary Bailey, hitting one through against the Republic of Ireland, which maybe he would prefer to forget. But now Stapleton. Hit well and save well. Beautifully struck shot there by Stapleton. but a certain nonchalance about the way that Neville Southall picked it out of the air. Orviston, it'll get to Bailey, I think. Oh, didn't make much of it though, and Orviston knocked it away. That looked as though it really should have been Gary Bailey's ball. Of course, one of the things, Ian St John, is that they do know so much about each other. They cancel each other out in so many areas.
I was just thinking that, Brian. They're showing each other so much respect that up to now, really, we've had a non-event, you know, and I just hope the whole thing can brighten up.
Here's Whiteside. No free kick given. Although two Everton players seem to clatter into Whiteside there, one from one side and one from the other. Here's Olsen again. Getting away from that flank where he's had so little change from Gary Stevens, and then gets tackled and dispossessed by his own player, Mark Hughes. Stevens back to Southall. Referee looking at the watch, and the first 45 minutes are over. Everton 0, Manchester United 0. So here we go, the second half. Manchester United attacking the goal to our left. Strachan. Stapleton playing it on again for him. Ratcliffe getting in quickly. Stapleton takes it up again. Play now for Robson. Just wouldn't come down quickly enough for him to try a Mark Hughes type volley. Stephen. Gary Stevens. Thank you, says Orviston. Good pass for Robson. Hughes waiting in the middle. Orbiston's continued the run. The pass is on for him. It's on for Strachan too. But then Stevens again was there for Everton. And now here's Paul Bracewell. This is better stuff now as Trevor Steven takes it up. There's a huge gap for him if he can keep it in, and he can. Gray and Sharp are lurking at the far post. A little too much on it for them. But Sharp, looking to get it across, succeeds in doing so. Norman Whiteside was back for Manchester United. Sheedy now. Whiteside. What about that for a cool bit of play from the 20-year-old? You were a little surprised also with the booking in the first half, I think, of Brian Robson.
Yes, I was.
Ratcliffe. Towards Andy Gray. Robson getting it away to Peter Reid. Nice little touch by him for Gary Stevens. Good touch by Gary Stevens. Reid at the byline. This could be danger for Manchester United. Just wide from Andy Gray. Tremendous play again by Peter Reid. A little dummy, and then the ball played there, and Gray hooking it wide, and United getting a goal kick. Outfield. Olsen. Olsen. Hughes. Oh, the break is on for Norman Whiteside. Tremendous keeping by Southall. Well, it was a great break there by a midfielder, Ian.
Well, we were saying about him breaking from midfield, Big Norman. He's always looking for that kind of ball. But the goalkeeper is in such magnificent form. I mean, another brilliant save from him.
Reid. Goodness, he's covered some ground today. Ratcliffe. Too high for Sheedy. Again, McGrath's there for Manchester United. Here's Strachan. Hughes. Olsen. Seeing what can pop up on the other side for him. McGrath. Oh, intercepted by Reid. And brought down with a desperate challenge by Kevin Moran into the book. Suddenly Everton looked to have 3 up, and only one United player was back. It was Kevin Moran, and it was a desperate challenge there on Peter Reid. And that produced the booking. Oh, he sent him off. He's sent Moran off. I don't think it's any good him arguing, but Moran's been sent off.
Well, I really do find that incredible, Brian, because it was just a badly timed tackle, a fraction of a second out, nothing malicious about it at all. And for the lad, no wonder he's upset to be sent off in a cup final for a tackle like that. I just can't believe it. I think the referee's 100% out of order.
Well, he's desperately upset, as you can see, but the referee was adamant. First man ever to be sent off in a Wembley Cup final. Ron Atkinson there, he is deeply incensed.
Peter Reid actually went over and patted him on the back and said, sorry, mate. I mean, the players are both sides.
And Ron Atkinson's still on the field there, just for a moment. Sorry, Ian. And Kevin Moran cannot be consoled. The challenge on Peter Reid. Now, whether he argued afterwards with the referee or not, I'm not sure. But he's sent off the field, and Manchester United are down to 10 men. Played on nicely by Strachan for Goodman. It comes to Brian Robson. Will he get his shot in? No, he won't, and neither. Well, even at the second attempt, it was high over the top. Well, I notice that Ron Atkinson has got Mike Duxbury warming up. Whether he will think in due course of bringing Duxbury on into a central defending position and put Stapleton back up front again, I don't know. Whiteside battling on. It'll fall for Orbiston. And now for Olsen. 10 men are coming, springing back now. The little chip in there. Can Orbiston get on the end of it? Oh my goodness, the bounce nearly took it past Southall. Whiteside. Onside, but Southall is there. Orbiston, Olsen. Stapleton. Jesper Olsen trying to get on for Stapleton, and if it's possible, there seems to be an even greater determination about Manchester United at the moment, as though they're going to try and put things right for Kevin Moran.
Well, I think they're trying to snatch one just before the end, but Brian, they don't want to go into extra time if they can help it.
Hughes, Goodman. Oh, he's dummied well. Whiteside trying to put him through. Goodness, I thought that was going to be for a moment an own goal by Van den Haar. And so did they on the bench. Look at that shot of Ron Atkinson. He thought suddenly they'd snatched one that really mattered. It's a well-played move and some good work by Goodman. Whiteside putting him in and Van den Haar getting in there, just clearing the crossbar. At the end of 90 minutes, it'll be 15 minutes of extra time each way. Bailey out. And that's the end of 90 minutes. And the balance, you would think, Ian, with 30 minutes to go, would now spring a little bit towards Everton with their 11 men.
Oh yeah, I mean they've got to have the advantage now.
Well, Kevin Moran is a cut above the rest.
He's got his cut anyway, always gets a cut.
Referring to the fact that the poor lad seems to get so many cuts and bumps, and now he's got the biggest problem of all. There's the latest cut. But he feels as close to tears as anybody can without actually showing them. Mike Duxbury is on. And United are lucky to have a man of his quality to call on, and a versatile player as well, who can play midfield and fullback. And so Mike Duxbury is going straight to a left-back position as the 10 men go battling on into extra time. Oh, there's somebody crawling on the roof there, look. My goodness, that's a dangerous thing to be doing. Well, here down on earth, Strachan finds Kidman, who plays it in quickly, and Mountfield getting in low to get that one away. Sheedy. towards Andy Gray. Reed. Reed for Everton. A touch there for Bracewell. Driven well and saved superbly by Bailey. Beautifully struck shot there by Paul Bracewell. Played into him there by Peter Reed. Ian?
Well struck shot, wasn't it? Bailey did well getting his body behind it.
Free kick given. Ratcliffe. Ooh, Mountfield in there. Will it come to Van den Hal? Well, he had the opportunity there to crown his first appearance at Wembley with a vital goal.
Actually, I thought that Derek Mountfield might have chested that down, Brian. If you look at it there, if he'd have chested it down, he'd have got a clear shot at goal. It's a good header, mind you, but I think the big fella might have got himself in there for a bit of glory. Side, stopped by Stevens. United's throw. 2 minutes of the first period of extra time remaining. Olsen. Good play here by Duxbury, helped by Hughes. Played in there, Southall didn't get to it, which illustrates that he may be down to 10 men, but the chance is still there for Manchester United. Reed. Bracewell. Stevens. That's 15 minutes up. So that's the end of the first period of extra time. 15 minutes more to come with a score 0-0. There's never been a 0-0 draw in a cup final at Wembley, and only 3 in the whole history of the cup, the last one back in 1912. We are 15 minutes away from it now. So 15 minutes. Here's Mountfield. Towards Gray. Bailey is there. Hughes versus Ratcliffe. And Sheedy in before a very tired Brian Robson. A fair number of stockings around the ankles now, as Ian was saying, most of them on the Everton side, it would seem. But Manchester United with their 10 men are still at 0-0, and here's Olsen. He's onside, but he's got Ratcliffe to contend with. Hughes is trying manfully to get up to give him support, and the Blues are back in some strength. Here's Robson. A shot on the turn that's blocked by Mountfield. Bracewell away. Kidman. This really is another form of the London Marathon at the moment. Some tired bodies out there looking for one big effort that will settle the whole afternoon. Gray finding Trevor Steven. Will it be Everton now? Duxbury marking him so well, and Olsen coming back to help out. Only Hughes is forward, and he looks to be limping just a little bit, I think. Reed. Gray. Shot by Bracewell, charged down. Reed sensibly playing it wide, keeping United stretched. Stephen with the cross. Bailey pouring it away. Another corner then to Everton.
And here comes the corner. Oh, there was a chance there that came. It appears off the post, probably from a Manchester United defender. And a throw given. Although McGrath's being now called to Peter Willis. Oh, there's the corner coming in, a little flick on. And Bailey and the crossbar keeping it out. Stevens crossing it in, Bailey sure with handling that time. Olsen. Hughes. Olsen. Touch there by Strachan. Now Robson trying to get Hughes in. Whiteside's up in a very strong forward position as Hughes goes past his man. And if he'd caught that properly, there would have been no chance for Southall, but Whiteside couldn't quite manage it. And Everton got off the hook. A little over 10 minutes remaining. Andy Gray summoning up one last effort from his legs. With the cross coming in, and McGrath taking no chances as he belts that one away. So much tiredness out there now that we're going to find a few mistakes as well. Gray is up, but Frank Stapleton beat him in the air. Olsen, Hughes. It's gone past Bracewell. Whiteside's onside. Strachan in the middle. Olsen up as well. The goal! Whiteside! That's incredible! How on earth did he get that past Southall? And look at the bench. And Kevin Moran is up as well. The day has suddenly turned a bit brighter for him, and it certainly has for them. What an amazing goal.
A fantastic goal, really. You know, he got Van der Haar in front of him, and he just bent it round him with his left foot, just inside the post here. You can't blame the goalkeeper on that one at all. It was a really superb goal. Oh, look at the bend he had on that ball. Fantastic.
The 10 men are in the lead, and they have 9 minutes to hold it. Whiteside the scorer, who got one here in 1983. Now Trevor Stephen. Can they hold on? McGrath giving away the corner. The kick goes to Everton. And the treble for the moment is slipping, or the possibility of it is slipping from their grasp. Now, can Manchester United, with their 10 men, hold on for what would be a really dramatic victory? Well, they've got a corner to face here. Sheedy trying to turn it back in. Strachan, who can get it away and get some respite for Manchester United. Olsen is up there with him. Where's he finding that energy from? Olsen on ahead. And the throw goes to Manchester United. A few more seconds tick away. About 3 minutes left. Don't write off Everton yet. Ratcliffe. Stapleton away again. Reed. Hughes gets it for Manchester United. What a plucky performance it's been by United, and the ball played perfectly for Olsen, but he can't shake off Stevens. Free kick given.
Brian Robson actually saying to the referee there's no difference between that tackle and Kevin Moran's tackle. And really, in principle, he's right. You know, because Olsen was clear, he'd knocked it away, and in comes the foul.
So we're saying don't write off Everton. They have a habit of leaving things late. They were losing 2-1 to Ipswich in the 6th round when Mountfield forced a replay right at the end. They were losing in the semi-final to Luton, but they were saved by that Sheedy free kick right at the end. And now they need something right at the end this afternoon to pull this game out of the fire. As Reed comes forward again, can United hold on? It's a throw which Gary Stevens, and we've seen already that he can hurl a really dangerous long throw into that United box, and he's winding himself up for another one. Flicked on and knocked away. Bracewell putting it back in again. Mountfield's there. Bale is up. Something quite dramatic now to stop United winning. Norman Whiteside's goal is what separates the sides from the magnificent cup tie victory. They've won it! Manchester United have won it with Norman Whiteside's goal, and look at that. Well, it's been a tough old day for Kevin Moran, but that great hug from manager Ron Atkinson as he runs onto the field, gets a handshake from Howard Kendall. Everton denied the treble by Norman Whiteside's goal as Ron Atkinson goes from man to man, hugging them all, because it's been a really tremendous battling performance by Manchester United against so many odds. So United are on their way up to get the cup again. The journey that Brian Robson made in 1983, he repeats again in 1985. To get the cup from His Royal Highness, the Duke of Kent, the President of the Football Association. Well, they've hurriedly put the red and white ribbons on that marvellous old cup. And it goes back to Old Trafford.
Ron, that goes against the image of a cup of tea, doesn't it?
I love a cup of tea, Alton. Yeah, I love it, smashing. Yeah, especially after a performance like that. Funny, remarkable, really. We said at half-time, like 1-0 down. I thought Liverpool nearly made it 2, didn't they, with Nico when he had the situation immediately after the goal. We maybe should have scored one ourselves earlier when the fella cleared it off the line. But at half-time, all we said, we've been 1-0 down in a semi-final before, against Arsenal a couple of years ago. And so we did it, we pulled it out then. Blimey, Robbo does exactly the same as he did in that game. Only thing we were a bit wrong with, I thought Norman had notched the winner.
Yes, that was a splendid goal by Mark Hughes, wasn't it? That must have really brought a lot of joy to you.
Yeah. They'll feel, maybe Liverpool will feel there was a distinct possibility of offside. I don't know whether they timed his run. They've been pushing up. They pushed up and played offside far more tonight than they did in the first leg. And I always think if you're playing offside, you run the risk of that.
When the own goal went in to give Liverpool the lead, did you think then in your heart of hearts that things just might be going against you, whereas they went so well on Saturday?
Not really, because I felt at the time, I felt we'd been the better side. I felt we were getting strong in the game. We put some pressure on top of their keeper, who'd dropped one or two. The moment, I must admit, the moment I did think the game might have gone away was when it fell down to Nicol, and it looked as if we were going to go 2 down just before half-time. He missed it, and I fancied our chances then.
We saw you on the bench near the end. Were they very nerve-wracking moments, the last 30 seconds or so? I mean, you sort of got a replay, didn't you? Well, Liverpool got a replay in the last 30 seconds of extra time.
I thought, with 30 seconds left, I thought, well, at least we're not going to lose it. We might draw it, but we're not going to lose it. Yeah. Lads were marvellous tonight. We didn't play as fluent as maybe we did on Saturday, when I think, personally, we probably should have won 3 or 4-1. But we showed tremendous character, tremendous application, tremendous drive. And, when you think of it, there's an awful lot of young players in the side tonight who've shown a lot of guts.
Back to Wembley.
Aye, yeah. But we've got a few league games before then. So we'll have a bit of fun tonight, take stock of it all tomorrow, and then get on with the league programme.
Any thoughts about playing Everton at this early date? I know it's a long way off yet.
I'd sooner be playing them than not playing them, kid. No, they're a good side. Could win the championship, couldn't they? With a bit of luck. And hopefully they could win the European Cup Winners' Cup. Let's hope that they'll be happy with that. No, they've had a great season. They played, no question. They've had a super season, and at the moment it's a long time, I would think, since the first and second clubs in the first division at the moment have got through to a Wembley final. So it promises to be a cracker.
Well done, Ron. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Al.
The Norman Whiteside success story continues. What is it, your 5th Wembley appearance in 3 years? Not bad, is it, for a 19-year-old?
Yes, we managed to get there a few times in my first season, and we're absolutely delighted that we've got the final again this year.
Now tell us about this new midfield role that you've got, which I doubt the folks back home will have seen you playing in, will they?
No, I haven't played there for my country. Back in Belfast, I played there against Spain a couple of weeks ago. But I'm enjoying it playing for Manchester United at the moment, and I'm doing quite well there, and it's just blended in with the team.
How did it come about? Was it a bit of a fluke, or was it something that was well thought of in the dressing room?
No, it was a bit of a fluke. I was dropped as a forward down at Arsenal, and Kevin was injured, so the manager just threw me on and says, play midfield because Paul went back to centre-back. And I just played midfield and I managed to score in that game and do well. And since then, the manager's kept me in the team at that in left midfield.
Now, which do you prefer now?
Haven't really thought about it. My ambition is to be in Manchester United's first team. And I am in Manchester United's first team, and that's very important to me.
Is it the sort of position that you'd like to play for Northern Ireland?
I think that's up to Billy Bingham. I wouldn't like to say. I'm just happy to play for my country when he picks me.
Now, you've got the problem of getting the folks back home tickets for Wembley, have you?
No, I'll have my family over, no problem. I think they're looking forward to it now. I've got my brother and my father over for this game. I'm just going to meet them in the bar now.
Norman, thanks very much and well done again.
Thank you.
We have indeed, and a very happy lineup here indeed, and the cup being handed right across to Norman Whiteside. Norman, the youngest FA Cup final goal scorer, but what a marvellous goal for you today as well.
Yes, it just came at the right time, and the last period extra time. It's a nice time to get the goal, yeah.
I think you'll enjoy having a little look at it, and if it was ever right to ask a player to talk us through a goal, I think it's right at this moment, Norman. Off you go.
Well, I don't know what I was doing that far upfield, but Mark done great. This picture isn't moving, by the way. He done great, and I just brought it inside onto my left foot. And just seeing the gap. Steady. And it just curled.
Goes in every time, didn't it?
Curled in absolutely superbly, didn't it? But we can see it again, I think, from another angle. And Frank Stapleton, a striker who loves the art of goal scoring. I mean, Frank, he's curled this in brilliantly well. And bearing in mind, he must have been fairly tired as well.
Yeah, well, look at it. There's only one place you're going to beat the keeper because the fullbacks, you know, close it out. It's a fantastic goal. Worthy of the cup final. Fantastic.
And a very impressive display from you as a centre-half, might I say.
I think that got me out of trouble. I got a bit of an injury in the first half. Kevin Ratcliffe just caught me and I did my medial ligament. And I said to Jimmy McGregor at half-time, was very sorry. So we'll just have to go out and keep going. And when I got back into the middle, I didn't have to use it so much.
Well done, Frank. We must move across to Ron Atkinson and ask you, Ron, about the really controversial moment. Now, our experts have been very, very strong about it indeed. I wouldn't ask you to have a go at a referee, but you were obviously rather distressed when it happened, the sending off.
Yeah, well, the way I saw it, I didn't even think that Kevin made an attempt not to play the ball. I haven't seen it on this, so I don't know. But Kevin looks at me, he was 2v1 at the back. He looks at me as if he was closing it to try and win it. Looks here as if he realises he's got to win it. And that, to be fair, that happens a million times in a football game. The fella's just nicked it. It's gone over. OK, it is a foul. It stopped them from a good situation. But there's nobody in the world going to tell me that's a deliberate attempt to play the player, not the ball.
Well, here it comes. We've got Peter Reid has joined us now. Peter, your view of it?
I thought it just called me late, but there was no way he should have gone. I mean, it's an injustice. I mean, that does happen in games. I think it was just because he was the last man, but it was that close. I mean, it wasn't a blatant one. It was just that he was a wee bit late. And
Do you think he should have got sent off, Pete?
Oh, I've just said it. It was a bad decision in my opinion. Thought it was a wee bit unlucky. What can you say to the lad? I mean, it must be terrible. But there you go.
What about the view from the Everton camp, Peter?
Well, Manchester United got a great goal. Deserve to win it. Fair dues to them. All credit to them.
And Ron, I mean, a victory, but you must have been really proud of the fighting spirit in your team above all else.
The funny thing is, first half, I think we'll agree, we didn't play for half an hour, not the way we can play. Got it going just before half-time. Second half, I thought we're playing quite well, knocking the ball about. And I just said, I think they're going. Whether it's their efforts in midweek were tiring them, but I just got the impression they were starting to go. And then at that moment, Kevin Moran, who'd handle their front players with Big Paul, would handle them magnificently. Who gets that against him?
Lads, you've got the cup here. Mark Hughes and Paul McGrath, thanks ever so much for joining us. You make a really happy threesome. And from the interview room, back to Dickie and saying, well done, Manchester United.
Well, that's good.
Again, a look at the watch. Manchester United go to Wembley. They've beaten Liverpool by 2-1 after another brilliant semi-final. And after being a goal down with an own goal by Paul McGrath, those magnificent strikes, particularly by Robson and then by Hughes, takes them back to Wembley again. Denies Liverpool the chance of a European Cup and an FA Cup double. Gives United consolation for going out of the UEFA Cup on penalties. And you go back to 1921 since Liverpool last beat Manchester United in the Cup. Brian Robson with that brilliant goal early in the second half has made sure that United jinx on Liverpool stays in place. Fantastic scenes of great joy amongst the Manchester United fans. And Bruce Grobbelaar acknowledging the Liverpool fans and acknowledging defeat. Robson needing a police escort to get away from the Manchester United fans. So let's hand over to Elton Wellesby, who's got Brian Robson with him. So United are on their way up to get the cup again. The journey that Brian Robson made in 1983, he repeats again in 1985. To get the cup from His Royal Highness, the Duke of Kent, the President of the Football Association. They've hurriedly put the red and white ribbons on that marvellous old cup, and it goes back to Old Trafford. Kevin Moran gets his winner's medal and a handshake from his chairman, Martin Edwards. Oh, what an afternoon of mixed emotions for that young man. There seems to be an absence of medals for the winners there, unless somebody gathered the whole lot up for them, but they've all gone up and they've all had a handshake. But what is more important for all of them, they've come down with the FA Cup. As Everton make their long trek up there. And you have to say that these men in blue have done such a fabulous job for British football over the last season, and particularly in the last week in their winning of the Cup Winners' Cup in such style in Rotterdam. But here, even though they were facing a team down to 10 men, they just could not lift themselves enough to get the breakthrough that really mattered. Phil Carter, the Everton chairman there. Peter Reid and Derek Mountfield. Gary Stevens, who had a marvellous game. Trevor Stephen, the substitute, Alan Harper. Andy Gray, just the goal touch deserted him, and it deserted 30-goal Graham Sharp. Neville Southall, Paul Bracewell, and Pat Van Den Haren. And all Everton will want to do now is to get back to the sanctuary of the dressing room. On an occasion like this, Wembley is a place for winners, and the losers at this time feel a little bit like gate crushers. A superb climax to a game that, in honesty, never really quite reached the heights that we'd hoped for. Except, as I've said before, in the sheer drama of it all in extra time. You really wouldn't have put money on United at the start of extra time, Ian, would you?
Well, as I said, Brian, obviously the odds favoured Everton, but the tiredness did get to them. I mean, they just couldn't push their limbs to the effort needed to really dominate the game in that extra time. And Manchester United were always looking sharper And as I said to you, it's sometimes very difficult to play against 10 men, especially if they're 10 good men. And United certainly had 10 good men out there towards the end. And they used their attacker as well. And Gordon Strachan, I thought, had a big influence, you know, in the last half hour of the match. Played very, very well. Mickey Brown delighted there, isn't he? Hey?
Mick Brown, who's Ron Atkinson's number 2. Ron, it's a marvellous way of celebrating a new 3-year contract. And notice that United are applauding Everton as they start their lap of honour. And away to the left of that Everton contingent that you can see there, about another 15 yards on, there must be 200 press photographers. If we go a little to our left, we'll see them. There they are. But sadly, those men in blue, who were the apple of everybody's eye last Wednesday night, they know the lenses are fixed not so much on them, but on the team in red that will shortly be starting their lap of honour. The goal by Norman Whiteside. A smile from Brian Robson. And from Gary Bailey. The young man in the suit there, Graham Hogg, being given the cup for a moment by Gary Bailey. And here come United in front of their fans. The flags are waving. And the shouting goes on. Means, of course, that Brian Robson, Trevor Stephen will be available to Bobby Robson to fly off to Finland tomorrow for that World Cup game on Wednesday. That's live on ITV, let me remember you, on Wednesday afternoon, let me remind you, Wednesday afternoon, Finland v England. And a glorious team picture from a team that put in a glorious effort, that in the end, thanks to Norman Whiteside's goal, was a winning effort. And what a contrast. But they're such a young side, Ian St John, that you get the feeling that their day will come and it'll come again.
Well, obviously they're so disappointed, but they're the champions of the First Division. You know, they've had a fabulous season, and you can see the disappointment in their faces, but they have nothing to reproach themselves about, Brian. They come out here, and it's very, very difficult. I don't care what anybody says, to pull off a treble. You know, and it gets more and more difficult as the season goes on. 60 games they've played. A Cup Winners' Cup final on the Wednesday before you come here, and then you're playing in the heat of Wembley. And that more than anything for me was a turning point in the whole match. The tiredness getting to the legs of the Everton players.
As you can see there now, boots are off, socks rolled down. Let's get back to the dressing room, they're saying. Let's pay our respects and our thanks to the men who've come down from Merseyside to cheer us on, and the women too. Well, we're hoping to be talking to some of these Everton and Manchester United players as United continue their lap of honour. Coming up to 25 minutes of the second half. And Robson! Through a whole crowd of players, the England and United captain has at last found a way through. It might well have taken a deflection along the way, flicked on well there in the first place, and Robson meeting it, and in fact, it glanced off Hughes, but Robson, I think, will be the man who claims it. So, from another angle, a nice little flick on there by Hogg, and Robson hitting the ball against Hughes and into the back of the net. Whiteside stopped easily that time by Phil Neal. Whelan, touch for Rush, back again for Dalglish. Oh, he damaged Strachan well there. Came off Strachan's hand, but again it wasn't intentional. And the little Scot finds Frank Stapleton as United comes springing forward now. Hughes has made a dart towards the near post. Here's Mark Hughes, Lawrenson with him. Stapleton again. Olsen's in a bit of space on the far side. A deflection and a goal! United back in the lead. And although it was a deflection off a defender, Stapleton will claim it. There's Stapleton. Play through for Hughes. Hughes gets it back to him again. And he's got time to steady himself. And although Grobbelaar dived, the deflection was enough to beat him. And Manchester United are back in the lead. Dalglish. Robson. And Robson again getting it back from Stapleton. He's on his way. Can he find the shot? Brilliant goal! Brian Robson makes a superb equaliser for Manchester United. That gets them off their feet. Ron Atkinson, the United manager, can't contain himself, and I little wonder Bruce Grobbelaar didn't smell it. It was a tremendous goal by Robson. Timing his run well, pursued by men in red. Grobbelaar coming out to the edge of the 6-yard area, and what a shot. May just have got his fingertips to it, but no more. Way to Strachan. Lovely skill. Oh, and a ball that's through, and he's onside, Hughes! And it's there! Liverpool looking hard at the linesman. They felt he was offside, and I must say there looked a suspicion of it to me, but the flag stayed down, and United are in the lead. Mark Hughes, the scorer. Put through by Strachan after a really brilliant run. Liverpool looking at the linesman. And Hughes, again Grobbelaar got the touch. Quite a few mistakes as well. Gray is up, but Frank Stapleton beat him in the air. Olsen, Hughes. It's gone past Bracewell. Whiteside's onside. Strachan in the middle. Olsen up as well. The goal! Whiteside! That's incredible! How on earth did he get that past Southall? And look at the bench. And Kevin Moran is up as well. The day has suddenly turned a bit brighter for him, and it certainly has for them. What an amazing goal.
A fantastic goal, really. You know, he got Van der Haar in front of him, and he just bent it round him with his left foot, just inside the post here. You can't blame the goalkeeper on that one at all. It was a really superb goal. Oh, look at the bend he had on that ball. Fantastic.
The 10 men